Yam vidyate na hi kalyana krit kashchit durgatim tatam gacchati. Shri Bhagavan Vacham Parthanaiveha Namutram Vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kashchit durgatim tata gacchati. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Parthanaiveha Namutra Vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kashchid dirgatim tata gacchati. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Parthanaiveha Namutra Vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kashchid durgatim tata gacchati. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Parthanaiveha Namutra Vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kashchid durgatim tata gacchati. Please repeat. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Shri Bhagavan Vacha nahi kalyana krit kashchid durgatim tata gacchati. Bhagavan Vacha Parthanaiveha Namutra Vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kashchid tim tata gacchati. Mataji's, please. Shri Bhagavan Vacha nahi kalyana krit kashchid tata gacchati. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Naiveha Namutra Nashastasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kashchid durgatim tata gacchati. Shri Bhagavan Vacha the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Partha, O son of Pritha, na eva, never is it so. Iha, in this material world. Nam, never. Amutra, in the next life. Vinashaha, destruction. Tasya, his. Vidyate, exists. Nam, never. He, certainly. Kalyanakrit, one who is engaged in auspicious activities. Kashchit, anyone. Durgatim, to degradation. Tatam, my friend. Gachati, goes. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pratha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Purport. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.17, Sri Narada Muni instructs Vyasadeva as follows: Tyaktva dharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajan apakvo patit tato yadi yatra kava bhadram abhud amushyakim kovarta apto bhajatam sadharmataha. If someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no loss or degradation anyway. On the other hand, a non-devotee may fully engage in his occupational duties and yet not gain anything. For material prospects, there are many activities, both scriptural and customary. A transcendentalist is supposed to give up all material activities for the sake of spiritual advancement in life, Krishna consciousness. One may argue that by Krishna consciousness, one may attain the highest perfection if it is completed. But if one does not attain such a perfectional stage, then he loses both materially and spiritually. It is enjoined in the scriptures that one has to suffer the reaction for not executing prescribed duties. Therefore, one who fails to discharge transcendental activities properly becomes subjected to these reactions. The Bhagavatam assures the unsuccessful transcendentalist that there need be no worries. Even though he may be subjected to the reaction for not perfectly executing prescribed duties, he is still not a loser, because auspicious Krishna consciousness is never forgotten, and one so engaged will continue to be so even if he is low-born in the next life. On the other hand, one who simply follows strictly the prescribed duties need not necessarily attain auspicious results if he is lacking in Krishna consciousness. The purport may be understood as follows. Humanity may be divided into two sections, namely the regulated and the non-regulated. Those who are engaged simply in bestial sense gratification without knowledge of the next life or spiritual salvation belong to the non-regulated section. And those who follow the principles of prescribed duties in the scriptures are classified amongst the regulated section. The non-regulated section, both civilized and non-civilized, educated and uneducated, strong and weak, are full of animal propensities. Their activities are never auspicious because while enjoying the animal propensities of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, they perpetually remain in material existence, which is always miserable. On the other hand, those who are regulated by scriptural injunctions and who thus rise gradually to Krishna consciousness certainly progress in life. Those who are following the path of auspiciousness can be divided into three sections, namely the followers of scriptural rules and regulations who are enjoying material prosperity, those who are trying to find ultimate liberation from material existence, and those who are devotees in Krishna consciousness. Those who are following the rules and regulations of the scriptures for material happiness may be further divided into two classes: those who are fruitive workers and those who desire no fruit for sense gratification. Those who are after fruitive results for sense gratification may be elevated to a higher standard of life, even to higher planets. But still, because they are not free from material existence, they are not following the truly auspicious path. The only auspicious activities are those which lead one to liberation. Any activity which is not aimed at ultimate self-realization or liberation from the material bodily concept of life is not at all auspicious. Activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity. Anyone who voluntarily accepts all bodily discomforts for the sake of making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness can be called a perfect transcendentalist under severe austerity. And because the Eightfold Yoga system is directed toward the ultimate realization of Krishna consciousness, such practice is also auspicious. And no one who is trying his best in this matter need fear degradation. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utafpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lita Shri Vishakan Vitam Shah He Krishna Karna Sindho Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripasandubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swaminati Namine Nijaguru Harivanya Krishna Chitto Vichinto Parihita Pitrige Hadyanda Samsara Kupaha Prabhu bhajana sukapto majjayan swamsa vishwo bhuvi jayati vikaso bhakti purvo yatindraha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Vagisha Yasya Vadine Lakshmi Yasya Shavakshasi Yasyasya Hridaye Samvit Tamrasimhamaham Bhaje Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karti vachalam pangum langaite girim yat kripata maham vande. Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Yasya Deve Parabhaktir Yata Deve Tata Guru Tasyate Katita Hyata Prakashante Mahatmanaha. Hare Krishna. So, we're reading this section of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, text number 40, chapter titled Jnana Yoga. And over here in this verse, Krishna is establishing the supremacy and the transcendental nature of devotional service. Any activity performed in devotional service is eternal, whereas any activity not performed in devotional service is temporary, no matter how awesome it may seem. Harava bhakta shikuto mahadgunan. The Bhagavatam says, Yasyasi bhaktir bhagavatam kinchana sarvai gunai satat tamasate suraha. Harava bhakta shikuto mahadgunan manoratena tobahi. So we understand that there's so many non-devotees, and they may be performing so many activities which people think are so amazing. Wow, it's so nice. Someone's at the door, please. Mataji, you can. So we can see that. So there may be so many activities people think, wow, this is really a great cause. We're doing the real thing. It's so amazing out here. We're giving food to the homeless people, or we're giving clothes to the homeless people, or we're doing this and we're doing that. And there may be so many people who may be under such illusion, thinking that, wow, I'm doing such a great thing. This is such a good thing that I'm doing, and by doing this, I will actually gain a great kind of advancement. I'll gain a great gain by doing this. But we can understand and we can see that all the so-called great activities are all temporary on the bodily concept of life. Why? Because the body is temporary. No matter how much you feed a hungry person, you may go and today you may feed 1 million hungry people. But then, after feeding 1 million hungry people, a few hours later they're going to be hungry again. Can you feed them again? How many meals can we feed to millions of hungry people? How expensive is that? How much food is there? Who can supply? No one can supply. Only Krishna can supply. And then we can understand that even those who are hungry because of their karma is actually for their own good. Why? Because it's their purification, it's for the sake of their purification. That people undergo suffering, not for no reason, but because of the activity that they've done. And that suffering is a proper reaction for their previous actions. So we understand that from the Krishna conscious point of view, that no matter how much great activities we may try to do for the sake of the body or the mind, they're all temporary. Completely on the bodily concept of life. And because they're on the bodily concept of life, they will have no lasting effect. Why? Because no matter how much you try to maintain your body, it is going to deteriorate and die. Some people say, oh, I don't believe in God. God is, I don't believe in God. There's no need. I'm an atheist. But then, okay, that's there. But then death will come. You have to believe in death. I will bow down in front of no one. No, but you'll have to bow down in front of death, my dear sir. And then, they say, death. Then some people may be so foolish, and they may say, actually, I will not die. In one sense, it's true when they say that they will not die because the soul is eternal. But when they're speaking on the bodily concept of life, we can see that their body is deteriorating, and then their body is going to fall apart and die. But then even if they say that, they don't believe. But then how can they stop time? Krishna is present within everyone's heart as the super soul, and he's present externally as the time factor. Sanat. Krishna is present. So how can you stop time? Can you bring back a single moment of your life? No. Can you say time stop, and does time stop? No, it doesn't. So no matter how much a person may be proud of their abilities and thinking, Ishwaroham aham bhogi siddhoham balavan sukhi. A person may be so proud and think, yes, I am the controller, I am the enjoyer, I can enjoy and I can control everything. They cannot control time. No matter how much AI, this, that, and the other thing we may develop, we cannot control time. How much can you do? How much can your technological advancement, go forward to such a degree that it can stop time? No, time cannot be stopped. Everything will be destroyed. This is the nature of this material world. Therefore, when we worship Krishna, who is above the time factor, who is the master of the time factor, then we are actually doing something right, no matter how imperfect it may seem. It may seem that, oh, it's pretty imperfect. Oh, they're not doing it so perfectly. This person, we may meet so many smarta brahmanas, me, Bhaktanali and myself are distributing books. And then I was sitting and chanting my Gayatri, and then Nali was giving him prasad. And then this guy was like, you should not be giving her prasad. And Nali is like, why? He's like, you should not be, according to the Vedas, you should not be giving out prasad while wearing shoes. And you should not be giving prasad to someone who is also wearing shoes. Okay, then take off your shoes and take the prasad. Like, what's your problem? But no, I will not take prasad, and you should also not give out prasad. You should not do what you're doing here because people are eating meat over there, or non-veg, right? The people are eating meat over there. And then he's like, according to Veda, you should not even be here. Then I was chanting my Gayatri, thank God. Otherwise, I would have ripped the dude's face off. But, I was like, okay, I'm a Brahmin. I have to, be peaceful. Like, and then Nali kind of diffused the situation, and then, okay, bye, rascal, But, it was such a hypocrite that, you should not be doing this, but he's a so-called vegetarian getting food from a non-vegetarian place, where they cook the vegetarian food on the same stuff that they cook the non-vegetarian food on. And the people who are cooking the food, anyone who's distributing books to Indians for a time, they will know that they'll say, I can't take prasad because I haven't taken bath today. And it's like 7:30 in the evening. And I tell them, you see, in a few hours, it's going to be morning in India. You can take bath then, But, those people are not even taking a bath. And they are cooking. They're cooking for you, and you're eating it, and such a great follower of the Vedas, So proud of our birth. And he was like coming on to you, and his wife was like holding him back, like, okay, it's okay, honey, that kind of stuff, And I was thinking, this guy got so angry because we're giving people prasad, and this guy is out of his mind. You should not be distributing books. You should not be doing it. What should we do? Like, why are you here? You're like such a great Vedic scholar. Then why are you a slave to a beef eater and a drunkard? Tomorrow morning, if your boss asks you to go work in a bar, you'll have to do it. Why? Because that's your fallen position. So, in this material world, there is no perfect situation. But when we're performing Krishna conscious activities, no matter how imperfect they may be, as long as we are not envious of the principles of pure devotional service, it is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Why? Because Krishna accepts such an offering. Krishna accepts such an offering. We are listening to these lectures on Vishnu Sahasranama. Recently, we were listening to this lecture on this name of Lord Vishnu called Anadi. And there, the point is being made that, for great demigods like Brahma and Shiva, the Supreme Lord may offer them so many material facilities. But the facility that's offered to Gajendra is not even offered to them. Gajendra is just an animal. We can see him offering a flower to Lord Vishnu. The elephant offering the flower to Lord Vishnu. But even him, he's offered more facilities than the greatest demigods on the planet. Why? Because our devotion, patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachitat aham bhakti pahritam ashrami prayatatmanaha. That because the devotees are offering all these with love and devotion and not lust and commotion, they get a lot of benefit. And people can say, again, yesterday while we were distributing books, we had 64 Saptarishi sets. And we were distributing books, and we only had like a few hours to distribute. And we already told not to go on book distribution in a particular spot. So we went anyway. And then when we went there, we found a spot to hide and distribute books. And we were doing pretty good. And we were just trying to buy as much time as possible and do this and do that and do this and do that. And then right when we just had 62 Saptarishis left, right when we had only 2 Saptarishis left and we had 62 Saptarishis distributed, we got popped. They came, you can't be doing this here. Oh, we're so sorry. Like, oh, no. And this, and I was trying to buy time while Masya is still distributing books. and this and that. And the guy went away, and right when he went away, I distributed two more books, and while the guys were about to, two more stacks, and while the guys were about to give me money, the guy came back. I said, I told you not to do this. I'm so sorry, I forgot. And like, I just told you. I'm so sorry. It's Hare Krishna stuff, man. I'm so sorry. And Matsya still, this video was Matsya stop. But, and it may seem like, oh, this is so wrong. I felt a little scummy after doing that. But still, but like overall on the transcendental platform, like, okay, this is the right thing. Okay, these people, okay, I understand the long-term vision. But, for the karmis, I'm thinking, how are these people sadhus, We told them to not distribute these books and they're doing it anyway. We told them. It's so wrong. They don't understand what morality is. And, they may say like this and may say like that. Oh, that's so bad, You're just giving people prasadam and getting them on the sentimental platform. We're also giving prasadam. But the truth is what you're offering is not prasadam. That's the truth. And, you go inside a temple and all the pujaris are wearing saffron and all this and you're thinking, wow, maybe they have like a whole bunch of like sannyasis worshipping their deities. And I asked the pujari, like, bro, are you married? He said, yeah. Like, do you have kids? Yeah. How many kids? Four kids. And like, do you stay in touch with your wife? Yeah, I was just talking to her recently. Like, bro, and why are you wearing saffron? Why are you wearing, it's just like a big hoax. It's a big hoax, And then like, but why are you doing this? Although we told you not to, what you and me are doing are the same thing. And this and that. And like, no, it's not. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Why? Because one is transcendental and one is completely misguided. One is harmful and one is beneficial. And because such a thing is happening, we can understand and see that the ultimate benefit is taking place. The ultimate benefit is taking place. Of course, we should not use the fact that we're performing devotional service as a license to do any freaking thing that we like we learned from history. We should not think we're above the laws and this, that, and the other thing and do so many things like that. But we can see that there is a reason, there is a transcendental reason why we are pushing on these books so much, performing such austerities. And we can say that, but there may be other people who may be performing a lot of occupational activities so perfectly. Anyway, how perfectly can you perform an occupational activity in Kali Yuga? Anyway, why? Because in Kali Yuga, everything is degraded. Everything is degraded. The atmosphere is degraded. The water is degraded. The air is degraded. The ether is degraded. If you want to perform a yajna, you should make sure that the entire big section of land, on that section of land, no cow was slaughtered for at least 100 years. Is there any place like that on earth where not a single cow is slaughtered? Even in holy places this happens. Cows are slaughtered. The ether needs to be pure. How many nonsense vibrations are in the ether right now? So much. So many nonsense vibrations. The water must be pure. What water is pure? You go to the Ganga, you see all these. Of course, Ganga is always pure. Yamuna is always pure. But, it's, from the material perspective, it's completely polluted. Where is the pure things? Where is the great paraphernalia? Where is all the wealth? Where is all the gold? Where is all the grains? Where is all the cows? Where's all the milk? Where is all the ghee? Where are the brahmanas? Where are all these things? They're not existing in Kali Yuga. Therefore, kaler doshanide rajanasya eka mahatguna kirtanat eva krishnasya mukti sangha param vrajat. That Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Kaler doshanide rajan. It's an ocean of faults. Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. But asya eka mahatguna. But there's one supremely auspicious opportunity, facility, quality. What is that? Kirtanat eva krishnasya. That performing kirtan of Sri Krishna. Kirtanat eva krishnasya. Mukta sangha param vrajat. You will be liberated. You will be delivered. Another way of looking at it is you can get the liberated association of the Vrajavasis. Mukta sangha param vrajat. So, this is the topmost activity to perform. Why? Because, like Prabhupada is speaking here, there may be so many people who may be performing so many fruitive activities. And they may be performing this, that, but we understand dharma swanishtita pumsam vishvaksena katasaya notpadyad yadiratim shama eva hi kevalam. That you may be performing so many auspicious, so many dharmic activities and being very dharmic about this and very dharmic about that and dharmic about this and dharmic about that. But ultimately, if your activities do not help you develop love for Krishna, devotion to Krishna, it is simply an absolutely useless waste of time. I think that's an understatement, right? Shrama eva hi kevalam. Yeah, like Shrama is completely useless. Eva means only. Kevalam means absolutely only. Shrama eva hi kevalam. So we can't fully express how useless it is in English, but you can understand it's completely useless. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Completely useless, absolutely useless. Nothing more useless than that. Whereas a person who performs even a little devotional service is much higher situated than anyone else. Right? Much higher situated than anyone else. Neha brikramanasasti pratyavayo na vidyate swa alpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. That we can say this, we can understand that even a person who performs a little devotional service, a very, very little devotional service, if they perform such little devotional service, that will never be lost. And they will be freed from the greatest type of fear. And what is the greatest type of fear? The greatest type of fear is to get entrapped again in the animal species of life. That's a very, very fearful position. Why? Because by nature, the animals are always in fear. The humans, in the human form of life, by nature, they're anxious. The demigods are always, their constitutional position is to just be relaxed, like feel the bliss, But even them, we can see that bliss is also on the temporary platform. Why? Because the Bhagavad Gita says, Traividya mam soma paputa papa yagyan rishasvargatim pratayante te punya masadya surendra lokam ashranti devyan divideva bhogan tetam bhuktva svarkalokam vishalam shine punya marti lokam vishanti evam trei dharma manu prapanna. What do they get? Gatagatam kama kama labhante. They may perform so many wonderful activities and go to the heavenly planets and enjoy with Indra and all his associates drinking somarasa, enjoy with the apsaras, and they may be having great concerts in the sattva guna. They may have great veena players and all the great musicians and the Gandharvas may be singing and they may be having a big party. But in the end, what do they attain? Gatagatam kama kama labhante. They simply attain repeated birth and death. Simply attain repeated birth and death. So what is the use of such a thing? But ultimately we are going to die. It may seem that, wow, it's pretty good. At least I get to enjoy for some time. But then, if you see how much time you get to enjoy and how much time you get to suffer, it's almost insignificant how much you get to enjoy. Why? Because, we may enjoy for so many years, so many hundreds of thousands of years, but then we have to perform so many austerities, and we have to perform so many things. And if you miss up in an austerity, you may have to go to the hellish planets. So many things may happen. So many things can go wrong. And if you finally made it there, and you finally made it to the heavenly planets, and what is speak of if you made it to the heavenly planets, if you attain the post of Indra, the king of the heavenly planets, still you'll be humiliated like heck. We can see in the Ramayana, Ravana's son, Meghaduta, he was so powerful, such a great warrior, that all the demons, they were the Daityas, they were conquering everyone. Big Rakshas, they were conquering everyone. And they finally went to fight with the demigods. And Ravana thought, why should I fight? Meghaduta, you go and fight. Only you are equal to me in prowess. So Meghaduta goes and he fights with all the demigods. And he fights with them. And then, he has this potency of becoming invisible and shouting arrows at his enemies. And he becomes invisible and he's shouting arrows at enemies. And then he defeats Indra so bad that he doesn't even kill him. He captures him and brings him back home as a pet slave. Here comes the king of the heavenly planets as my slave. How embarrassing. Who wants to become Indra now? How embarrassing. And then Brahma has to come and beg Ravana. No, not beg Ravana. He tells, Ravana, you have to let Indra go. Let him, he'll be subservient to you. And then Meghaduta, after performing such a great activity, he got the name Indrajit. One who conquered Indra. So you may think, wow, it's so amazing. Indra, he has a thunderbolt and he's Jai, but then he may get conquered. He may get conquered by another demon. And then become how embarrassing it is. My God, can you imagine? That must be really embarrassing. And then so many things can go wrong in this material world. Why? Because like my spiritual master said, he said that Krishna has perfectly designed this material world to be imperfect. That no matter where you go, you'll always find imperfections, even in the heavenly planets. because this is the material world. Brahma bhuvana lokan punanavrati no juna. You see, you can go all the way to the heaven, to the topmost position of Brahma. You can go all the way to the lowest position. There will be miseries of this material world. Yasva indra gopam atavendra maho swakarma bhandana rupam phalabhajnam atanoti karmani nirdati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. That, you could be an Indragopa, you may be a small Indragopa, really small microbe, insect. Or you could be Indra, But everyone is bound by the laws of karma. But the devotees who perform devotional service are not bound by the laws of karma. They're not bound by the laws of karma. Why? Because they have taken shelter of Krishna. Bhaja hure mana, Srinandanandana, Abhaya Charanaravidare. My dear mind, Bhaja hure mana. Please chant the glories of Srinandanandana, of the son of Nanda Maharaj, Srinandananda, Abhaya Charanaravidare, and take shelter of his lotus feet, which award us fearlessness. Bhaya Brit is another name of Lord Vishnu. Means one who offers fearlessness. One who offers that. Abhayam abhayam atmani bhuyishta om kshrom. We can say that the Supreme Personality of Godhead offers us fearlessness. He offers us the opportunity to not be afraid of death. And when that happens, we can see that we can transcend. We can transcend the modes of material nature. We can transcend all these things. Why? Otherwise, if we look at ourselves, we don't really have any good qualities, especially karmically speaking. How many of us can say that before we came into the association of devotees, we lived a regulated life? Anyone? I remember one devotee was telling me that he used to play video games days on end for a few days, and he would just eat some chips or something for a few days. Literally for a few days, just play video games eating chips. And I asked him, what about Beth? I don't worry about Beth. But you had a girlfriend. Yeah, she was also playing video games with me. I'm like, wow. Whew, that's amazing. That was really wonderful. I was honestly awestruck. I was thinking, wow, this is crazy. Seeing a few days video games. Can you really get that absorbed? I guess, he performed the impossible. Okay, I guess you can get that absorbed, but you transcend eating and sleeping also. That's amazing. Transcending eating and sleeping, being absorbed in Counter-Strike, I guess. I don't know what he played, but anyway, but it's crazy. You're getting so absorbed in the video game. Prabhu, but you had a girlfriend, and she was also doing it with me. She was serving me very well. Wow, this is amazing. It's really amazing. I don't know what. Anyway, there's someone for everyone, and it's crazy, That's why, for the devotees who are giving their everything to Krishna, they can see there's someone for everyone, and ultimately that someone is Krishna. Therefore, we should get over the mundane platform and get situated in the transcendental platform, and we can see that someone is Krishna. No matter how beautiful that girl is, or no matter how handsome that boy is, no matter how amazing that person may be in this way, that way, but they're not Sat Aishwarya Purna. They're not full in all six opulences. Because when you're serving another person of this material world, the service will not give you full satisfaction. The person you're serving will not be satisfied. And the service itself will be very frustrating. And you yourself will be very frustrated, because that's the nature of service in the material world. But when you perform devotional service to Krishna, that is a completely different subject matter. That you can go, you can perform devotional service, suffer like anything in Miami, and then come back. That's you may get PTSD from thinking about what happened in Miami. Yeah? But you may suffer like anything. You may suffer like heck in Miami, and then you come back, and the only thing you really look forward to is falling asleep, I guess. Really pass out, and you do all this and then all that, and then finally, when Krishna comes through, there's nothing sweeter than that. And when Krishna comes through, the sweetness of Krishna coming through way supersedes any of the suffering we have ever experienced, because he's the hero. Was that Naikara Shiromani? Was that How am I forgetting? I haven't quoted this verse in a long time. Nayakara Shiro. Can you look up Nayakara Shiromani? It's a really amazing verse, actually. That Krishna is a crest jewel of all heroes, and Radharani is a crest jewel of all heroines. There's no one. Nayakara Shiromani Radha Thakurani. That's how that verse ends. I'm not trying to be esoteric here, but just if you listen to the other part of that verse. But we can say that Krishna comes in like the big hero. Krishna comes in like the hero. And by Krishna's mystic power, things change. Things change. You found it? Oh, yeah. Vrajendra Nandana Krishna, Nayaka Shiromani, Nayakara Shiromani, Radha Thakurani. Yeah, Vrajendra Nandana Krishna, Nayaka Shiromani, Nayakara Shiromani, Radha Thakurani. That Vrajendra Nandana Krishna, that the son, Vrajendra Nandana, there's the son of the Indra of Vraja, who is Nanda Maharaj, Vrajendra Nandana, his son, Krishna, Nayaka Shiromani, the topmost hero. There's no hero greater than Krishna, topmost hero. And you can see, when he's a topmost hero, you can see Krishna's, he's very stylish, but even when he's killing Dantavakra, he got the best right. That's why he's called Vidagdha Madhava, and he's called Lalita Madhava. He's very expert at dressing himself, very expert at speaking great words, Krishna. So, we can see that when he's about to kill Dantavakra, Krishna sees that the damsels of Vrindavan are looking at him. So, he dresses himself a little well, makes sure he looks a little good. And then he kills Dantavakra, but at the whole time, maintaining his swag, he's maintaining his appearance to look really good. So, everyone, I really felt until the 21st of December like Draupadi. Where I was thinking, oh my God, what? Why did I pick this target? 20,000 bhakti stacks. Oh my Lord. So what the heck is this? I was really oh man, I was suffering. I lost 2 weeks on the marathon. I couldn't go out. I was thinking, dude, everything that could go wrong is going wrong in this marathon, Once my Guru Maharaj asked a godbrother of mine, so such and such, how are you doing? He said, well, Maharaj, everything that could go wrong is going wrong and more. I was like, dude. You have to tell that to your guru, bro. Seriously, and it wasn't even that bad. The dramatic God brother, we were talking about him listening. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong and more. And come on. He's acting something crazy. Anyway, but, I was really thinking oh my God, man. We're 45% and it's 10 days left. No. Oh my God. And I remember okay, oh yeah, Dallas, this is the hope, we're going to go. And then we saw it's going to be Gita Jayanti, and then the whole weekend, starting from Thursday till Sunday, 100% rain. 100% rain in Dallas. And I was thinking, Mahotsaha, what the heck are we going to do? What are we going to do? And then, all right, let's, we were literally living on a prayer. Say, oh my God, what's going to happen, And Krishna keeps you in that suspense, last marathon, we were cruising, yeah. You're already okay, 90%, we got 20 days left, we got, our target was 10,000 bhakti stacks, right? We were 15? Okay. Our target was 15,000 bhakti stacks. We were just those $10 bhakti stacks were coming in clutch, That was amazing. You don't know the nectar of the $10 bhakti stacks. Jacob, Ethan, it's before your time, $10 bhakti stack. Boom, 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 just give him a big stack, meet a brother, yo, my man, no one gave 100. I wonder how it feels. How does it feel, bro? It feels good, man. I got something for you. Give him a big stack of bhakti stacks, tunnel for him, give him a bag. See you later, amigo. It was amazing. See you, bro. And all this and all, it was wow, fire, bro. We're having we were chill. But this marathon, oh my God, I was really suffering out there, really, really suffering so to the max. I was on the point of breaking. I was thinking, dude, I never felt this way in 10 years I performed. I've gone to so many I never felt like this. What is this? Oh my God, I was thinking, but I was putting on a good show, bro, we got this, bro. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Putting on a big show, bro. Nick and I'll be bro, you think you're going to make it? Of course. Of course, man. What You mean? We got this. I told them I told them, bro, we're like the championship bulls, bro. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win the playoffs. I'm telling you, man. You know, like, and then I was thinking, hey, what am I telling these guys, dude? Like, we're gonna win this marathon, and we're gonna win it. You know, this and that. You know, and I was saying, Krishna, please, like, you know. Please. I was saying, Vishnu was like, yeah, you know, we're planning a big marathon feast. Apurva Prabhu and Kamini Mataji are coming, and like, you know, Guru Maharaj are going to. I was thinking, dude, I told Vishnu it's going to be like the most depressing marathon if we didn't make our target. How are we going to, like, dude, I would have never been so depressed in my life, dude. Like, that was, I would have hit rock bottom in my spiritual life. I swear to God, like, hit rock bottom, you know, saying this is like, oh man, you know. But then somehow or the other, you know, Krishna came to, you know, I spoke the Bhagavad Gita 5,201 years ago on this day. I'm going to turn things around for you guys, you know. And then, like, you know, Krishna came through, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudaraha, Tatra Shir Vijaya Bhuti, Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. Then Krishna came in with his mystic power. And then, like, out of nowhere, boom, we were slam dunking after that, dude. Like, this was the most legendary comeback of Krishna life in history. The most legendary comeback, you know. Everyone came through, like Avadut Chandra came out of nowhere, like came in hot, you know, Nick, over there, everyone. Ethan came out that day. My man, like, you know, he came out, you know, representing the Bhaktas. He dropped 52 days in a row. I mean, like, come on, that was a big deal, you know. That was a big deal, you know, and then saying, wow, all right, you know, we're back, you know. This was the equalizer, you know. This was it. And then we had to like push and wow. And on the disappearance day of Bhakti, 82 Bhagavatam sets? That's crazy. Which temple did that ever? KLATL. That's right. Only Krishna. And it was not just 82. How we did, like, how many Saptarishis? Like 137 or something. Something ridiculous. And I remember that day, I remember on Thursday, I was like, we all came back, and I think I just had like, bro, I just did 30 bucks. It was like, whatever, you know. And then like, okay, all right, you know, tomorrow's going to be a big day. Like, yeah. I told Jacob, listen to me, bro. Listen to me. Tomorrow, everyone is going to get the mercy of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. I told him one day before, I told him, Jacob, Krishna going to come through. We're all going to get the mercy of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. I promise, bro. I promise, you know. And, you know, we went out there, and oh my God, Jacob has his biggest day. I had my biggest day. You know, that was big for me. I had like 53 bucks. I'm like, but I was honestly, to be honest, I was a little depressed. I want to do 81 at least. You know, 81. You know why? You know, but I want to do 81 bucks. You know, but you know, anyway, you know, I was out there, I did like, you know, 53. I'm thinking, okay, you know, that's pretty good. And then like everyone, Jacob did 7. I was thinking, all of y'all are distributing Bhagavatam sets. That's amazing. Which temples Bhaktas go out and distribute 7 Bhagavatam sets in a day? I mean, Ali Krishna did it too when he was a Bhakta. You know, every, like, he did 12. 10. What was your biggest? Okay, you tell us. 7. Before initiation, you got to do 8. You have the Bhakta record, Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, which temples Bhakta do that? Which temple even distributes Bhakta? You know, I was shocked. Like, while we were in Dallas, someone told us that, actually, Prabhu, you know, we're going to have a Christmas party tonight. I'm like, Christmas party? And then, like, the code is going to be red and green. I'm like, don't you dare invite me to this freaking thing. I will kill you. You know, do not invite me to this stupid party. You know, I was thinking, what happened to our movement, dude? Like, you know, I'm thinking, dude, are we crazy? I'm really thinking, I'm sitting here thinking, like, are we crazy? We're the only ones in the whole of North America, with the exception of Brigapati Prabhu and a few others. We're the only ones in North America doing the Prabhupada Marathon. Everyone is having a Christmas party, wearing red and green. I said, why not saffron? Because that would ruin your whole sense gratification. That's why, you know. But like, don't you invite me? I was saying, what's wrong? But you know, Krishna came through stylishly too. Krishna came through big time. And you know, he planned it like so nicely on the day of Bhakti Siddhanta's, like, you know, disappearance, and like, you know, we went past our target, and they're like, wow, we actually did it, bro. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. Thinking, wow, thank God. Konteya pratijani hinami bhakta pranashati, dude. That was really like, that one goes for the archives, like for real. Like that was the most legendary comeback we've ever had. Like that was crazy. But Krishna always comes through. I mean, how the potency of the spiritual potency is increasing, and you can feel it. It's there. It's there. And like, I mean, imagine we just pushed this marathon forward into this year. We distributed 500 Bhagavatam sets in our December, in our Charodesham Prabhu marathon. 523 was the exact number. You're the, all right, Ali, let's do it. What is it? Yeah, I know. Oh, it's Charandeep's app. Where is he? Where is Charandeep? Okay, he's helping. 613 Bhagavatam sets in the month of December. For the marathon, from when did we start? November 17 to January 1. 617 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. 13. 613 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is crazy. That is insane. I mean, what happened all of a sudden out of nowhere? Out of nowhere it happened like that. You can just cannot conceive of what's happening, what happens with Krishna. And I remember the day after that, after Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance day, my body was so sore. I was really like, oh man. I never felt like so happy just sitting down, Just sitting down in the car, like, wow. This is like sense gratification right now. Like the body was feeling it. It really took a superhuman act. And like, I swear, like those 53 Bhagavatams, and it wouldn't have happened without Nally. Nally came up with like this whole technique, but like I get the Lakshmi from them, I get the Lakshmi, and then Nally's like, oh, can I take a picture of you guys? And he takes a picture, and then Nally's like, where's your car? Which direction? And they just point in the direction, and Nally picks the Bhagavatam up on his shoulders and starts walking towards the car. Like, oh, no, I only thought it was one book. Prabhu, he's so sad, he's carrying it for you. Open your trunk, Prabhuji. Oh, I should open. Oh, he's carrying 50 pounds, he's carrying. Okay. And then I'm like, oh my God. I was thinking, dude, thank God that happened. Oh, and it was so crazy. But really, like, Nally really, like, poor guy is carrying it for you. His face is becoming red in the cold. Open the door. Whole set for me. All Bhagavad Gitas. Bro, I literally told you 50 times. It's not all Bhagavad Gitas. There's different books. It's the Bhagavatam. Can't you read English? Like you're an IT professional? Come on, bro. But they were, no matter how much, they think, I have all the 18 Bhagavad Gitas now. Because they think it's like 18, they think it's like 18 chapters, so they think it's 18 Bhagavad Gitas. Yeah, I'm already having the Bhagavad Gita. What about this whole thing? But, it was just like, oh my God. But really, like, Nally was just like, carrying the set, just like, where is it? Where, your car? And Nally would just like walk till the end of the parking lot if he had to, he would just. I think we succeeded out of 100 times, we succeeded 97 times, right? There were like a few times that they're like, no, ask him to come back. Ask him to come back. I said, poor guy, no, I will take the books from him and give it to you. Ask him to come back. I'm like, oh, this dude really does not want the book. Imagine someone gives you $1,000. Someone gives you $1,000 and they will just take like one Bhagavad Gita. That was depressing. I was feeling so bad. That was really, I'm like, you give me please take the Bhagavatam. Please. Back in the day, I would load them up with 3 sets, bro. Be lucky I'm just giving you 1. But anyway, they would just, but somehow the Krishna came, and the next day, like Prabhupada speaking about in this purport here, he's speaking about, where is that, activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity, and anyone who voluntarily accepts all bodily discomforts for the sake of making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness can be called a perfect transcendentalist under severe austerity. That was severe. That was really brutal. Like Avadhuta Chandra standing out in the cold. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm going to stand out in the cold. Like distributing books all the way in the night. I was saying, oh my God, it was so great. I remember one night we were in Frisco, and like it dropped like below freezing. It was 30, and like, I told Vishnu, it's really cold right now. I said, okay, why don't you go home? I said, no way, no way. And like, I remember like, I hit 16 Bhagavatam sets that day. And then like from 5:30 till 8:30, no one took a single book. I was really depressed. And then finally, from 8:30 till like 9:15, we had 8 more. So we had 24 Bhagavatam sets. And it was like insane. It was so cold. It was really like, and like, this, some of the devotees, like, they didn't bring warm clothes. So that was the icing on the cake, to suffer outside without warm clothes, Suffering like anything. Can't blame him. I mean, we did that too when we first went to Dallas, because we thought like, wow, Texas is going to be like Miami. Like, I don't know what we thought, But I experienced all the weathers. The weather, hot, like rainy, super cold. I think, oh my, and like Indians, when it's cold, they act like, they're about to die. Like, bro, relax, dude. I'm standing out here for like the longest time. They act like they're getting a seizure. Like, like, okay, just go, bro. Just go. Like, my God. It's just too much. And I was thinking, oh my God, dude. And coming back, after all that, just coming back and like, Kalki Prabhu making like the most nectarian prasadam, I was thinking, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can do this again tomorrow, man. Like, otherwise it was just like, oh man. Please, don't talk about that, dude. Do not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Kalki Prabhu saved our life. We suffered. But then Kalki Prabhu came and, saved the day. But it was really amazing. And when we made it, yeah, I couldn't believe it, We had the biggest marathon we ever had. Like, that was crazy. We just had to have a little faith in Krishna. And Krishna always comes through, right? Krishna always comes through. And every time we're undergoing like these austerities, experiencing all these things, we always, at least I always tell myself that Lord Chaitanya will pay us in full. We will get paid in full by Lord Chaitanya. He's making a note of everything. He's making a note of everything. So many, every book that we tried to distribute, every book we thought of distributing, and don't know, oh wow, even that, so let me just think of book distribution. No, you have to go out and do it. You have to go out and do it. Everything, Lord Chaitanya is taking note of it. Why? Because we're standing there on the front lines. When you're fighting a war, when the entire country is at war, who gets the best privileges and the best facilities? The soldiers on the front lines. The soldiers on the front lines. We're entering enemy territory and we're waging war against Maya with the most deadliest weapon, the Srimad Bhagavatam said. The most deadliest weapon. We're waging war against them. And because we're doing so, you get the best facilities from Krishna. You get the best facilities from Lord Chaitanya. You get paid in full by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You get paid in full by him. And no matter how many imperfections we have or we may have, no matter how many misconceptions, no matter how many hang-ups we may have, just the fact that we're out there doing it affords us the great opportunity of serving Srila Prabhupada, who is the Senapati Bhakta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There's nothing higher than that. This is the highest thing. No one else can even imagine what this is. This is what it means by Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. You can get the association of the liberated devotees of Sri Vrindavan Dham, headed by Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami. Say more mantra japa, say more tapa, say more bhajana pujana. That all our austerities, everything, is all meant for the pleasure of Sri Rupa Goswami, Prabhupada. And by doing so, we can even see, who did we dedicate this marathon to? Ki Jai, we dedicated a marathon to him. And we can see from his life, we can see when he was on his way almost out, we can see that, it's not like, it doesn't seem like all his family members are devotees. It seemed like, he had like his whole section of life, which for an outsider may seem this way or that way. But Balabhadra Bhattacharya Prabhu told me he would always chant his rounds. He would always stick to the principles of devotional service. And he went out like a warrior. Imagine, like, he inspired this whole marathon. His life and his death. Both. Inspired this whole marathon. That's the power of a Vaishnava, no matter how imperfect it may seem for mundaners. That's the life of a devotee. That's the life of a Vaishnava. You know, that we are inspired by their sacrifice. I mean, just seeing that picture of him distributing books in the airport, Baba distributing books in the airport must have been amazing, right? That was crazy, right? He is distributing books in the same spot, in the same airport that you're doing it. Soon we'll distribute books in that same spot that he was doing it in. You know, but, right, Vishnu? We're going to do it, right? Whenever we put in the effort to do so. You know, we're doing, it wasn't that far out. Right there, in the same airport, you're doing the same thing that he did. So if you, Mahajano yena gatasya panta. If you follow in the footsteps of the Mahajans, the great devotees, you will attain, you'll attain that destination that they have gone to, that they have attained. You know. And Prabhupada will never forget these sacrifices. There's no one more merciful than Krishna, but Radharani is more merciful. And then Lord Chaitanya is more merciful. Lord Nityananda is more merciful. And then we can see Srila Prabhupada is so merciful. And we have this great opportunity. We have this great facility of being grandchildren of Srila Prabhupada. That Prabhupada said that the father is, of course, affectionate towards his children, but the grandfather, he is more affectionate than the father. So, of course, we have a very affectionate father, but the grandfather, like Prabhupada said, he's more affectionate. Can we conceive unlimited and more unlimited than that? Infinite and more infinite than that? Someone who's infinitely affectionate and someone is infinitely more affectionate, we cannot conceive. It's inconceivable. But we have this great opportunity. So that mercy will always be there. That mercy will always, provided we actually go out and do what needs to be done. And when we do so, this austerity, this sacrifice, when we perform the sacrifice, and when we try our best in this matter, we need not fear degradation. And even if we're getting degraded, or even if we become an animal, and we're still the devotees of the Supreme Lord, He will come and save us like He saved Gajendra. He will come and save us like this. So, Bhaya Brit, do not be afraid. Krishna will certainly protect us. Krishna will certainly take care of us. The lotus feet of Krishna are our ultimate shelter. The lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada are our ultimate shelter. So, therefore, we should have full faith in this process. And, the motto of the Gaudiya Math, the motto of Srila Prabhupada's Krishna consciousness movement, and the motto of Krishna life is Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana. May we always be victorious in this activity of performing Sankirtan. So I'll end the class over here. If there's any questions or comments, we can take them now. Are we out of time? You have something?
It's you're speaking about these, Hindus wearing saffron, and then you also mentioned about that Christmas party. I remember when in India, even after you get initiated, you still wear white and you wear saffron. So I remember when I wore saffron, it's funny because you see the Hindus, they wear saffron all the time. It doesn't really mean anything. But when I wore saffron, my parents literally broke down. They were like so shocked. They felt like a thunderbolt had hit their head, and it was like it was such a thing. And I was speaking about what you were speaking. It's like, the real thing, real genuine spirituality, real genuine Krishna consciousness is actually, it's very threatening and makes the pseudo transcendentalists, the pseudo yogis and the Mayavadis and the not necessarily Mayavadis, but at least the so-called followers of the Vedic texts and even Prakrita Sahajya devotees, it actually makes them very insecure.
Yeah.
It makes them very insecure. They actually become very, very agitated when they see the real, when faced with the real thing, because they've spent their whole existence denying it, undermining it, underplaying it, ridiculing it.
Say it will not work.
And
Book distribution does not work.
and then when they actually see it work,
These guys are fanatics.
they can't process that.
Yeah. Avadut?
Well, I was curious, what do you think is happening to all these Hindus who are receiving Bhagavatam sets?
What do I think is happening? They're getting the fruit of love of God. And when this the time is ripe, Prabhupada says, I was thinking about this myself, actually. I was thinking, like, these people getting the... And, okay, so, y'all, there was a picture of me distributing a Bhagavatam set to a black African. And most of devotees may have thought that's like a Bhagavad Gita Photoshop, right? But then, initially it was. And this dude, he just came back, and it turns out that he's related to a devotee in Africa. And then he made me talk to that devotee. His name is a disciple of Kavi Chandamarch. And then convinced his nephew to take the Bhagavatam set, And I was thinking, and then this guy got the Bhagavatam. I was thinking, what happens to these people who buy the Bhagavatam sets? And they give so much money for it. They take the Bhagavatam, it's in their car. What's going to happen? Prabhupada says it's imperceptible, inconceivable auspiciousness is bestowed upon them, the person who's performing the activity, and upon the entire world. Inconceivable auspiciousness. And forget this, when myself and Abhi, or Abhi Manjusudha Prabhu and myself, we were distributing books in, where did we meet Scooby-Doo? What was that thing called? Rocky Mountain, of course, Nally, you should know, yeah. Nally is a facilitator. So Smoky Mountain Comic Con Fest or whatever the heck that was. Scare Fest, no, that wasn't Scare Fest. Fan Fest, okay. Yeah, Smoky Mountain Fan. And I was thinking, all these people, all these celebrities are buying Bhagavatam sets, the Scooby-Doo guy bought the Bhagavatam set. And then, the guy from Twilight, I always say, bro, that's gay, bro. I'm not watching Twilight, bro. But, that guy bought the Bhagavatam set, and, and then, Stuart Little bought the Bhagavatam set. Adam's Family guy, then,
Squidward.
What was that? Squidward. Squidward bought... I'm thinking, dude, and I remember, there were so many more celebrities. Who? Someone else? Yeah, what's this dude's name? Corey Taylor from Slipknot. He got Prabhupada. I'm thinking, Jeff Hardy got, and I was thinking, and I was thinking about this myself, and I went and I asked my spiritual master, Marge, all these people are taking Bhagavatams, Marge. I think something crazy is going to happen. And I said that in front of my Guru Maharaj, and he said, yeah, definitely. Something is going to happen. There's something inconceivably amazing is going to happen when you distribute these Bhagavad. Prabhu, this is the Bhagavad. We cannot, do we understand what we read? Do we even understand what's happening? Do we understand the mercy of Lord? Can we figure this out? It's inconceivable, what just happened, dude? And I'm thinking, this place where we're distributing books, it's so sinful, actually. It's called halal meat place and this, that, and the other. And then literally people are coming there to eat meat. Oh, I eat non-veg, I can't take the prasadam. And then this and that. But we somehow convince them, okay, don't take prasadam, but take the Bhagavatam and give me. They buy these books, And I was thinking that although this place is so sinful, they have facilitated for hundreds of Bhagavatams to be distributed. How much benefit are they going? How was, the more I was thinking about it, I thought, okay, this is way above my pay grade to figure this out. It's like Lord Chaitanya's deal, It's that's the way he figures it out. Yeah. Yeah, please, go ahead.
So this is from Nectar of Devotion. There's a reading, Srila Prabhupada. So Madhavananda Prabhu is reading from chapter 2 of Nectar of Devotion. So there is a similar statement by Sri Krishna himself to Uddhava in the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th chapter, 2nd verse. The Lord says there, "My dear Uddhava, all persons are engaged in activities, whether those indicated in the revealed scriptures or ordinary worldly activities. If by the result of either of such activities they worship me in Krishna consciousness, then automatically they become very happy within this world as well as the next. Of this there is no doubt." So it's interesting that the Supreme Lord is saying to Uddhava that if the result of such activities, they worship him in Krishna consciousness, automatically they become very happy in this world as well as in the next. So all these people who are taking books, they're going to become very happy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing.
That's for sure.
So you're asking what will happen to them? They're going to become happy.
Yeah.
We can conclude from the statement that by Krishna, that activities in Krishna consciousness will give everyone all perfection in their desires. Thus, the Krishna consciousness movement is so nice that there is no need of even designating oneself Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha or Sannyasi. Let everyone be engaged in whatever occupation he now has. Simply let him worship Lord Krishna by the result of his activities in Krishna consciousness. That will adjust the whole situation and everyone will be happy and peaceful within this world. So Prabhupada comments in the class. He says, everyone, within quotes, means one who takes to Krishna consciousness. Everyone does not mean that one who does not.
Whoa.
But if one takes to Krishna consciousness, by his influence, hundreds will become happy. Wow. Hundreds will be happy. So a few people, if they become Krishna conscious, there will be tremendous benefit to the human society. Not that everyone will become Krishna conscious, but by the presence of a really pure Krishna conscious person, many people will be benefited.
Please preach in the English language, for this will do good to you and those who assist you. You know.
And I was also thinking, this is in reflection to what was spoken this morning, and the verse about knowledge being impregnated for Lord Brahma. Now you have to perform penance for the knowledge to be impregnated. But what penance are these people doing? They're doing nothing. However, by the mercy of devotees, we make them give a donation. That is their penance. And Lord Chaitanya forcefully impregnates them.
The forceful mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, it's amazing. See, in the other ages, you had to approach, you had to perform penance, then only you get Krishna consciousness. In this age, Lord Chaitanya and his servants seek you out, force you to perform some penance, or trick you to perform some penance, because what is more dear than money?
Yeah.
People have money, it's
Money
like very
is the
dear
honey,
to
yeah.
them. And they sacrifice that, and they get the most transcendental, they have no idea what they are getting. So, they'll be happy.
Yeah. Kalki Prabhu, yeah. Yeah, next, you next.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Just a small comment to add on to that. But even continuing with that is that, what's the effect of hearing, taking Srimad Bhagavatam? And the whole Bhagavatam is based on that. We see with Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit, and just like Vishwachitra Prabhu was reading in that verse, that, seemingly they took the Srimad Bhagavatam and they had revelation, their lives completely changed. But just from them hearing the Bhagavatam and taking that to heart, they affected so many people, from Sukadeva Goswami speaking that, and all those sages hearing that, then Maharaj Parikshit taking that to heart, and then Sudha Goswami hearing that. So it's just we can see from there, from the Bhagavatam, that just by speaking that and hearing that, how much of a change that makes in someone's life.
Yeah. Yeah. Mataji, please. Yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you guys
I feel hungry
again.
already.
I'm very happy to be here. I must say, without any elders, I can't see any elders without 2-3 people. But your Guru Maharaj is not here, and the way you young people are doing and discussing Bhagavad Gita and book distribution and everything, really, I'm so happy to see you guys. And you have really Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada's mercy, I must say. Wow. Without their mercy, you can't do anything. But to get that mercy, you should deserve that mercy, right? So you guys are deserving that mercy, you are getting that mercy, and you are doing wonderful job for this world. And I'm proud of you guys,
Jai.
and I'm really proud of your Guru Maharaj.
Hare
Hari
Jai.
Bol, Hari
Bhakti Swami
Bol.
Yatindra ki Jai.
I'm so happy.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for a wonderful class, Prabhu. I just wanted to make two quick statements. First, thank you, Krishna Life, for allowing me to have this opportunity to worship and grow with you all. I remember 3 years ago, it was Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, and you guys invited Chaudeshna Prabhu to come
That's
speak.
a fact. Where's that video? We
Yeah.
got to watch that video on the marathon felicitation day. Chandan's got it. Chandan's got it.
Yeah, I actually remembered that, and I remember his story that he spoke that night, and I always remembered him. So anytime I would see him, I would always bow and offer my obeisances to him. And it's so strange because I didn't even know his name.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just knew that I had like this big love and appreciation for him. And so when I just felt compelled to go see this person. I didn't know who I was going to go see, but it turned out when I walked around the corner and it was him, and his face lit up. And of course he couldn't speak, but he was just telling me, he's like, thank you. And I'm like, no, Prabhu, thank you. Because we just knew each other like by seeing each other all the time, whenever. And I would just always offer obeisances to him. So thank you so much for the opportunity for allowing me to be able to have that association with him. And the second thing I wanted to say is I had been pondering like what would be a good way to give the knowledge and information to someone who is favorable to Krishna consciousness, but they're not quite really at that level to fully engage, sort of say. And some words that you spoke earlier when you first started, you were saying that Krishna is explaining in his verse the supremacy of devotional service. And so I'm like, yeah, it is. He even says it. This is like the king of knowledge. And so with something else you said too, you were saying how it's even mentioned that we are not bound to the karma. We are we literally transcend. And so that's something that I can express to people who would think that another path, whether it's demigod worshiping or the chakras and the chakra system, just getting into crystals or whatever, not to say that, those things may not be leading them to a higher path, but to just let them understand that the highest, supreme king of all knowledge and practices is devotional love and service to Krishna.
Yeah.
Jai.
Jai Hare Krishna. Okay, anything else? Yes. Kadad Hare Krishna Prabhu. We'll end with this one.
I just wanted to ask Prabhu, because some time ago I heard like you had some interview with Siddhanta Prabhu, I think,
Yeah.
or Namarasa Prabhu.
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
One was controversial, one was not.
Yeah. And
We made America great
when you
again.
beat this record, I mean,
book distribution.
yeah, you distributed.
Yeah.
So you distributed some 4,000 books in one day or something like that, and he was just struck with wonder how you did this. And then in one point of this interview, you said that actually you didn't distribute even one book.
That's a fact.
And then he was just shocked, and I also was shocked. But then you said, but that actually it's my Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada who distributed these books.
Yeah.
So my question is how we actually can develop such a consciousness, a complete detachment to the result, and just offer this whatever we are doing for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, and even consider that I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, just be an instrument in the hands of the Lord and Guru. So how we can develop such a consciousness?
One thing we'll soon understand when we're distributing books is that we can't distribute books. We can simply become an instrument in the desire of the previous acharyas Nimittamatram bhavesavyasachin. Krishna told Arjuna, yeah, you're very expert. You can shoot with both arms, but you can simply become an instrument. You can simply become an instrument in fulfilling my desire. So here it's a matter of attitude, desire, to go on doing it day after day, week after week, year after year. That is the real test. And if you can find any such devotees who've been doing that for years and years and years, non-stop, selflessly, then just fall down at their lotus feet and beg for their blessings. One thing we'll soon understand.
So that's the solution. That's why I follow the lotus feet of my spiritual master and beg for his blessings. Okay?
His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami ki
Jai!
jai!
Now we can really rap the Bhagavatam state of mind. Okay? All right. Hare Krishna. Deserve then desire. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Shadesham Prabhu ki jai. Vancha kalpatrubhisha. Hey, listen.